Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's finally do the look at the Hatcher monsters from the second Gintama collaboration. There is a separate video I did of just the drop monsters, so you can have a look at that if you want to know like which ones would be good to make. I stand by my original assessments from that previous video, but since that video came out, I saw the strike shot for Yagyu here, and this is very strong. She becomes a Pierce and then gets super damage in the weak point, which is a pretty good strike shot for a drop monster. I don't know if that's enough to convince me to want to make her, but it is a good selling point for her. And then the second drop monster news since the last video was the new Ascension form of Madao here. This is pretty surprising. But yeah, you can collect him just by beating kind of the newer Gintama quests. You'll get maybe like 1 to 3 drops. You might get more if you play multiplayer or if you use Gintama characters, and then you can make the max luck of him that way. He is now a 6-star as an Ascension, so you can make the max luck of him, so that will you know, increase your max luck count, so that's nice. As a character, he's interesting. He's kind of a parody of Lucifer, like the worst version of Lucifer you can imagine. But he's Dark Bounce with Null Damage Wall. Null Damage Wall is on the gauge, which bothers me because if you miss that, you're going to take damage. Stats are very, very low overall as well. He's about a 5-star in that sense. But everything else about him is kind of reminiscent of Lucifer. He has the Cardboard Barrier. This is like a new effect. He doesn't get the purple sort of hexagon barrier. It's a rotating cardboard box for tangerines. The standard barrier that Lucifer has will block 10,000 damage per stage. That's very, very powerful. One of the best abilities in the game. This cardboard barrier will only block about 200 damage, so that's almost nothing. But it's still very useful because it can totally block like preemptive boss attacks, like you know, attack down or poison or you know, ability lock or something like that. So in the right quest, this could be really useful. And then the old Evangelion characters, they have the AT field that, you know, serves the same purpose, and so they have their niche because they can do that. So yeah, I think maybe that's even the best thing about Madao here is that barrier. And then it gets a unique, like, animated effect in battle. So if you haven't tried him out in battle yet, that might be interesting to have a look at. He also has Laser Stop, which I think is a very underrated ability, also pretty powerful. And then for the bump combo, he again has kind of a downgraded version of Lucifer. It's a single energy circle and then a cross laser. I was kind of hoping he would get, like, you know, defense down blast or like a weaker double energy circle, but this single energy circle is still decent, I guess, for a bump combo. And then a strike shot. This is the Grand Command strike shot, which excited me very much at first, but the multiplier is super duper low. For Madao himself, it's 1.2, so speed and attack will go up by 1.2 times. The multiplier on all of your other characters is like 0.1 or something. Everybody else barely moves. Maybe this could be useful if like another character is already stuck like pinching in between guys, but otherwise it's almost useless as far as moving your other guys. If somebody's like a pixel away from grabbing a heart, you can do it in that, you can use it in that sense. But yeah, it's probably best to use this as just a speed and power for Madao himself. But yeah, fun surprise. Happy to have him. Okay, but anyway, let's pull in the Hatcher first. I'll do 2 10 shots. If my luck is pretty poor, I'll get the Hoshirama. As for what I want, I'm going to pull on the new Transcendent forms of the old characters. And this kind of took a while to come around. This was actually teased about a week ago, and finally it was put into effect today. This is kind of annoying to me as somebody that wants to make videos in a timely manner. And then maybe people have been like sitting on their orbs wondering which characters to pull. But yeah, I'm going to be pulling on the original characters here. And then, you know, there's the old, or the rate-ups for the new Hatcher monsters here. But let's look at the rates here. So let's see. Yeah, the new, quote-unquote, new characters, the mostly the bad guys, they have the 0.6%. And then the new versions of the older, of the first wave Gintama Hatcher characters, they have 1.2, which is pretty good. And yeah, let's pull the 2 10-shots. I'm hoping for Kagura the most. Alright, let's go. And I haven't pulled the new Gintama characters at all, so it'll stop on those 2 4 stars. Go! Okay, this is Yamazaki, I think. 4 star there. Whoa! This is Kagura. This is exactly the one I wanted. That's amazing. Alright, let's keep going. Whoa! This is Fusehime. She's really good for 17 of the Kinky, which gave me a lot of trouble this month, so very happy to have this. Come on. I need that other 4 star. And I didn't get it. Okay. Here is Kagura. I'll talk about all of the characters after I finish pulling here. And then Fusehime, let's look at her real quick. But her, right, Transcendent form, she's a newer character, is a Pierce with the, what is that, Vivolith Resistance, Vivolith Slayer L, Flight, No Block, Pierce. Stats are very high overall, except for her speed. She is a power type. And she has an 8-turn strike shot. What is that? Power up, defense up, counterattack mode, and then erases enemies' anger mode. So very unusual strike shot. And then the bump combo is the satellite. That will go on to another character as they hit her. And then Rankidan, that's the shooting the fireballs in random directions. So happy to have her. If I ever go through the Kinky again, she'll be really helpful for 17, I think. Very happy. Okay. Well, let's do one more 10 shot. Still have to get the other 4-star character, so. And I hate having less than like 20 orbs just for like stamina refresh, so probably gonna buy some soon, but for now, let's see what we get here. Whoa! Okay, this is, what's his face? We'll have a look at his name in a second. Come on. Stop. Wow, okay. Oh, Ancelium, yes. He's from the Hawaiian Flower series. And actually, with this guy, I have all 3 now, which is crazy. He's a fun character. He's Wood Bounce with Super Null Damage Wall and Flight on the gauge. And then Mancer Slayer and Demon Slayer M, passive. And then he's great for Aramitama, I think it is, that recent water colossal quest, which is very difficult. But he's so powerful that he can kind of skip some of the mechanics of that stage, I think. But stats are again very high, except for speed. He's also power type. Strike shot, he becomes a Pierce, and then does super duper damage, but then slows down a lot. So that is like Takemi Kazuchi. He's kind of like the wood version of Takemi Kazuchi, so kind of a niche character that fits a certain playstyle, but really good. And then a bump combo, he's got the Cross Stinger, which is very strong, even as a power type. And then the healing shot, which is interesting. Still gives you the full healing, even though he's a power type. So very crazy pulls here. I have to keep pulling though, because I haven't gotten the other 4-star character. Alright. You know what, actually I only need 2 pulls before I get the Hoshidama, so let's use some adult power. Pull some singles, maybe we will get that 4-star character in the meantime as well. Okay, we are back. Let's pull some singles here. I don't think I need another Kagura, so I would like Ging. And go! So we're hoping for Taya. That's the other 4-star. Nope. Alright, one more. Ugh. Here's her little brother. Alright, then we'll get the Hoshidama. Alright, Ging, come on. Say! Oh! Guaranteed. I think this could be any one of the 6. So either the 3 from the first series or the second. So yeah, hoping for Ging. Let's see what we got. It's been a long time since I've gotten a guaranteed effect on a Hoshidama. Okay, alright. This is Takasugi and Okita. Takasugi on the left here, he's my favorite character in Gintama, so that's very cool. Okay, let's talk about the Hatcher monsters. I guess we'll start from the top. We'll look at the current, or the new second wave characters. And we'll start with Hijikata and Okita. They're kind of... I'm conflicted about like their skill set, because they're fire bounce with Minesweeper only. And there's plenty of powerful fire Minesweeper guys, like Mana, Agnemut X, who I still think is really good, Xavier, Bon, Cholhi, Nonno, bunch of guys. They have the Super Null Wind, you know, so in particular missions that could be useful. They have the Status Recovery, which makes them great for 18 of the Kinky. And yeah, they might be the best character in there now. So again, if I ever go through the Kinky again, I can use them, so that would be cool. And then a Strike Shot Reducer. The Strike Shot is interesting. It's like the Bomb Throw, but a more powerful version. Hijikata will fly around the screen, becoming a Pierce and attacking. And then Okita will try to hit Hijikata with a bazooka. And then the bazooka shots will, you know, hit guys like the Bomb Throw. So it's very in keeping with the show. It's also pretty powerful. And then Bump Combo is interesting. It's a twin rebound laser L. So it's like double the power of Izanami, I think. And then the Sub Bump Combo is the Defense Down Blast Super version, which has kind of a greater radius than Lucifer, so it's easier to use. So yeah, happy to have these guys. Let's listen to the voice acting, because I love the voice actor of Hijikata. He speaks first here. Alright, and then the Transcendent form. Ah, it's so short. I'm watching the series right now, but I take it in small chunks because the series is very funny, but it's also very over the top, and it can be exhausting. I don't recommend a marathon of Gintama, but it's a good show. Okay, next is Kondo and Bubbles. This is kind of maybe the character that I want the most of this this new group of characters, but a wood bounce power type with the super null damage wall, and then the null magic circle, and then the null speed down wall. So lots of null abilities. Not a lot of places where you need like, you know, 2 or 3 of these null abilities at once. But, you know, in the future, he might have a lot of future proofness. He also has the Vivolith Slayer. Bump combo is pretty good. It's the lock-on 3-shot on everybody, and then the extra long Nagi Harai. It's like a swing around just once around the character. Fairly strong, even for a power type. The Strike Shot is the main reason to want to use this character. It's the wall-bound Strike Shot like Robin Hood or Hunter King. Plus, a bunch of gorillas get thrown around, so you can do good concentrated damage and good area damage, so I would like to get this guy. And then last is Takasugi and Friends. This is the one that maybe most people are talking about in this second wave. But they are Dark, Pierce with the Super Null Damage Wall and Null Warp. That automatically makes them good for level 24 of the Kinky, which is maybe the most difficult mission in the game right now. But they make it much more easy. It's almost trivialized if you use a couple of them. And then they have the elementless resistance. So that will work on, I think the bump combo lock attack, which is damaging in that stage, and then also the damage smoke, which is also very damaging in that stage. So those abilities, they all match the stage. Bump combo, it's the piercing Super 5, which is kind of underrated. It's stronger than it looks. And then also is good for setting off the counterattacks in level 24. And then also the defense up as a sub-bump combo. And then Strike Shot is very powerful. It's the 12 plus 12 command Strike Shot. We've seen that before on other limited characters like Raphael and Genghis Khan. But this Takasugi and Friends is a Pierce. So it's even easier to use, even easier to get your other guys moving, and comes out quickly, and it's strong, and it's really good for level 24 of the Kinky. I'm a little bit reluctant to recommend characters that are good for the Kinky, like levels 16 and above, because depending on what you want from the Kinky, you may only need to play those levels once each, and then never again. So to pull a character specifically just for one single clear, I don't know if I can recommend that. But with the double null, and then the pierce, and then that 12-turn command Strike Shot, I think they could have a lot of future usefulness as well. Alright, so those are the 3 of the new Gintama characters. Again, I probably want Gorilla the most. And then let's look at the new Transcendent forms of the older Gintama characters. First one is Kagura. This is one that I wanted the most. She's like her previous version, just stronger in every way. Stats are pretty crazy. Speed is a little slow. She has a Super Null Gravity Barrier, Laser Stop, Null Warp, and then Soko Jikata. I said recently, but Super Null Gravity Barrier is one of the best abilities in the game. Yeah, if she hits a Null Gravity Barrier, she will get a Speed Up. And Speed Up is the name of the game now, especially in like Goalsetsu quests or even Colossal quests. Bump combo is decent. I don't think... Sometimes it will do good damage, but most of the time just average damage. But it's the 4-bound green peas, and then the snipe machine gun. The Strike Shot is maybe the thing that I'm most interested about in her. She becomes a Pierce, and then after she finishes moving, she will lock on to the nearest center point of an enemy, and then do like one last spurt of movement, maybe 2-3 extra hits there. So it's kind of interesting. But it's an 8-turn, that first tier. So every other turn she can become a Pierce. That makes her very, very versatile. So you can bring her both to quests with the anti-bounce guys or anti-pierce guys, or both. And then that also gives her immunity to the magic circles, which is becoming more and more common. So yeah, she's a pretty versatile character. And then she's also really good for the current Super Extreme stage for Kamui. So yeah, I haven't beaten that yet. I'll be able to use Kagura in there. Very happy to have her. Good voice acting too. She's maybe my second favorite character in Gintama because she's very condescending and rude and blunt, but she's also naive and sweet, and she speaks really weird, so she's a great character. Okay, next let's look at Gin. Probably this is a character that I want second most, even more than Gorilla or Takasugi and Friends. But he's based off the Ascension version of the old Gin. He still has the evolution form, which is different. That's a Pierce with null damage while null block. So if you have multiple of Ging, it might be worth keeping one as an evolution version, and then use the rest as the Transcendent form. But high stats again. He is a blast type, but doesn't matter. Still's got high stats all around. Water bounce with the Minesweeper L and Super Null Damage Wall. I really want this guy because I don't have Raphael, and then I probably won't ever pull the Water Hatcher. But he's very, very good, that double null ability. And then Minesweeper L and the Super Null Damage Wall. That's lots of multipliers there. And then those are both passive, so there's no way you're going to miss the gauge and die. That makes him really good for Shiringata. I mean, he might be the best bounce character in there now. It'd be interesting to try him in there. On the gauge, he has the Weak Point Slayer and then also Sokojikata, so more damage there. And then, of course, in a Shiringata, you need to hit the weak points to do damage anyway, so he'll be extra good in there. Bump combo is the Super Dimensional Blades, and then he is a Blast type, which is going to be pretty powerful. And then I'll take this time to mention that Satsuki from the Kill la Kill collaboration, where is she? There she is. She has that same combo, the Super Dimensional Blades plus being a Blast type. I put a Hero Scroll on her and then gave her the Sidekick Ableberry. So yeah, she's going to be one of my main Max Lux for multiplayers. When everybody's bringing a Max Luck and then your damage is not that great. She can help you with the damage. But yeah, getting back to Gin. Yeah, so he's got the strong Dimensional Blades bump combo. Sub-bump combo is also the 4-bound green peas. And then Strike Shot, it's like a combination of his Evolution and Ascension. Get the speed and power up, move around, and then swing that wooden sword. And I think he gets one last big hit with it, and then tosses the target up in the air. So yeah, pretty powerful. I really want this guy. Good artwork too. Alright, and then finally is Katsuda. He's also based off of his old version. Light, Pierce with the Super Null Damage Wall, and then Null Block on the gauge. This is a nice double null combination. Not a lot of characters have this. I think I would use him in Fudomyo Kai. That's kind of a difficult quest. He has Weak Point Slayer as well, so that's pretty amazing. And then his bump combo, the Tribal Pulse, that will also work with his Weak Point Slayer, so good synergy there. And then he's got the other bomb bump combo, which is fine. And then Strike Shot is interesting. You know, you read it and it looks like Magmel's Strike Shot, where teammates he hits gets a speed up. But I saw the video where they used him, and then also that dragon came out, like horizontally, like Watatsumi's kind of meteor strike shot. So it's more powerful than it looks like written here. I'm not dying for this guy, but if I do get him, that would be just fine. Okay, so that is a look at the 6 Hatcher monsters available now. I might go for Gin sometime soon, and then, I don't know, hopefully I get Gorilla along the way. But yeah, I think it's pretty good overall, just good characters all over, so you can't go wrong pulling for any of them. Okay, hopefully soon I will put up a clear of the Super Extreme version of Kamei, and we'll see you soon. Take care.